Early, very early, inside a small classroom, an English teacher and his student wait for the other classmates for the day to begin. It is also Monday. The student, Gerardo, who arrived 30 minutes ago, stares at the door, impatient. Suddenly, the handle turns and the door opens. It's Lucas, who looks rather anxious.
Buen día.
English, please.
I'm sorry. Good, maybe just morning.
¡Wow! ¡Qué sorpresa! ¿Tan temprano? ¿Qué se festeja hoy que te dio por madrugar?
Come on, guys. English, please.
Excuse me, teacher. It's just that I have never seen my classmate this early in the morning.
I guess there's always a first time.
Probably you were so excited for today's general review on early modern English that you couldn't wait to come.
I'm tired of waiting.
So that's it? You have no subterfuge whatsoever? You just had to class early today.
Please, Gerardo, let's not make a thing of this. You are also impatient to see her, aren't you? I can see it on your face.
It is a face of surprise that you are seeing. I'm surprised that you're here so early, so full of enthusiasm. After all the time that has passed, you still hope to have something with her?
Of course I do. That's why I'm here. That's the only reason that I'm here.
Suddenly, the teacher takes his eyes off the book he has been reading.
And for the much needed summary on early modern English, teacher, of course.
Of course. Now you happen to be the model student?
I'm not. I am quite aware of it. But here I am, and I must talk to her and clearly state my intentions.
Maybe it's too late. Maybe you should have forgotten her when she left. But you are too selfish, too entitled, aren't you?
What are you talking about? You didn't want her to leave either. You haven't forgotten her either. You are here as well?
Because I love her, not out of stubbornness, but because I really do. Now that she's back, I will finally get my chance.
Oh, poor thing. Just accept that she has friends on you.
You know what they say, words are easy like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find.
Ah, I'm seeing your angle now. You are going to Shakespeare her heart out.
She has been studying Shakespeare in London for a year, hasn't she? This is called playing smart.
She and I did have something, you know?
So you say.
It's true.
I have heard about it. That's what you're holding on to? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
So you are fairly sure that you're going to succeed.
What I am sure of is that it will not be easy for you.
The course of true love never did run smooth. Now, that's some Shakespeare.
Whatever. I know the bard as I know the back of my hand.
We'll see.
The sound from the door opening takes both attention. It opens slowly. It's Samantha, pretty as ever. Gerardo and Lucas run to her and tag at the same time.
Samantha, por favor, dime que has pensado en mí como yo he pensado en ti. Yo,
Samantha, tú sabes que los lazos de nuestra amistad son más profundos que...
Come on, guys, for God's sake. How many times do I have to repeat myself? English! Then both take a step back, looking at her with high expectations. She seems a bit confused at first. Then she noticed the whiteboard in front of her, which says Early Modern English Summary today, and her face clears up.
I am truly surprised by this abrupt welcome. Before, while I was tense, the memories beyond united us had seemed distant, and on each of those moments comes to me like a blow-up.
did you get anything from that?
Some bits. Care to elaborate?
I can see there is spirit in thy eyes. 'Tis the kind of fear that yon come with regret. The sooth is yon that yet be thought of both, although at times and in different ways.
Gerardo and Lucas look at each other. Both share a look of deep concern.
Is there still someone who's interested in this ancient variant of English?
We can hear you. We're inside a classroom. But don't worry, she may have been studying Shakespeare in London, but I'm sure we can figure this out. After all, this is our field of expertise.
But we are modern English students.
And this is early modern English.
The behold of confusion on their faces is cause for concern.
I got that one. Behold means to look.
It still means that.
Perhaps if it be true I bid these stories yon thee knoweth. Those yon has had lived with me. This language shall germinate in thy tongues.
I think I got this one. Bid means to offer.
It still does.
Whatever. Also, she said thee instead of thou, because thee is for the object of a sentence.
And thy?
Thy is used because the following word has a consonant sound. It's kind of obvious if you ask me.
Please stop showing off. Samantha, I was never envious of your scholarship. You have to know that.
I know it. At least yon's what I want us to believe. What I can't understand is wherefore thou art here, Aina. What thou did desire to achieve? Give me the answers I ask it for.
What in God's name is she doing to the verbs?
What she has to do. There are two present tense verb endings from Middle English still to be found in the early modern period. S for the second person singular following thou, as in thou goest, and th or F for the third person singular, as in she goeth.
He is starting to sound like a Wikipedia page. Also, she said something about where what? I'm here, she's here, that's all we should care about.
Wherefore means why.
Why?
Yes, why?
But why?
How am I supposed to know? Please, Sam, stop listening to this fool. What I really want to know is how you feel about this. This, according to society, they insist on calling it friendship. But I think there's so much more to it.
Mine own lieve cousin, I hearken understand thy words well. These thy actions yon leaveth me wondering. How doth defileth thy that from which we speak by declaring something else while thy course stays bitter cold?
Cousin? You guys are related?
You fool! Cousin means any relative beyond the immediate family, and a term of affection to a socially equal friend.
I can see with dry sorrow yon thou art still a daw.
I know what daw means. Shakespeare used that word in Henry VI, but in these nice sharp quillets of the law, good faith, I am not wiser than a daw. It's short for jackdaw, a bird noted for its stupidity. So she basically just called me an idiot.
I feel like you guys should address the great vowel shift. Suddenly, they all turn to him. It might be useful,
I'll look for it online.
and it seems you are really chatty today. Why don't you explain it to your classmates?
But there's no one here.
Are you sure? I have the feeling that someone might be listening. Grading even.
He's right. So, it says that the great vowel shift is important because it marked a complete change in the way people pronounce English vowels. For example, vowels started to be pronounced more towards the front of the mouth. Lucas, since you're here for the English moderns in summary, care to add when it took place?
Forget it. Everything I learned during virtual classes has already been erased.
Go figure. It took place between 1400 and 1700, and it affected the long vowels. It was really helpful because the Great Vowel Shift standardized the English language, which happened between the 15th and 18th centuries. And you call yourself an English major?
Shut up. I do remember that this affect all dialects in English.
And that's correct.
What a marvelous holiday. The boys very much know it thy English. What else can they beat me about it?
Meaning that she's asking you to tell her more facts. Gerardo and Lucas begin to compete to give more information.
During this period, the first English dictionary was created.
It was published by Robert Cowdery. This dictionary was really important because it pushed towards the standardization of the English language.
In 1604,
Something interesting about Cowdery's dictionary was that it had 3,000 words with brief definitions, but also that during the time of publication, the English language was expanding.
during the Elizabethan era, many words from Latin and Greek were added to the English vocabulary.
That's because Latin was still considered the official language of education at this time. A huge number of classical works were being translated into English during the 16th century. In consequence, many new terms were introduced where satisfactory English equivalent word did not exist.
You seem to know quite a lot, huh? I bet I can name more of those words than you.
Okay, skeleton.
Correct. It comes from the Greek word skeletos, which means dried up.
Mutation,
That's also correct. It has a Latin origin, mutato, which means to change,
Fracted.
from the
Critical.
Latin fractus.
Defeat.
excitement,
Flowery.
epileptic,
Invitation.
militarist.
Pandan.
Break thee off. What in heaven's thy problem?
Samantha, we can't go on like this. You have to make a decision.
A decision? On what matter?
On this, on us, who are you going to choose?
Mine own God, what are those gents talking about? If it be true, no one has had asked me for aught. Thee haven't given me a space to speak. Thee has to beseech the sooth. We are the valorous cater cousins, and I careth about thee. But thee has never made any attempt. Thee has never allowed me know it beyond thou art interested in me.
I have no idea what she just said, but I'm damn sure it wasn't good for him.
And thee, thou art in love with a figure. Thee think yon I am the answer to thy many questions. I am not the solution. I am not a tool. I am a mistress, but in a good way.
But we kissed, remember, at your farewell party? Romeo kissed Juliet once, and that was enough to unleash chaos between two families.
Peace not partus. It was my own farewell. I did want to try it everything. Besides thee, I kissed two of our female classmates.
Stop with that Shakespeare thing already. I want to understand this. Are you saying that you're not going to choose either one of us?
Of course not. Just listen to how you two are talking. Neither a kiss nor a friendship makes me your property. You both are entitled. Seriously, just stop, please. Shakespeare? Shakespeare, you say. Early modern English has far more.
We know that.
There's Christopher Marlowe, Andrew Marvell, Ben Jonson.
John Donne.
There was an Amelia Lanier, and that was all they needed. Each blessed lady that in virtue spends you prettiest time to beautify you souls. Come wait on her whom winged fame attends, and in her hand the book where she enrolls. Those high deserts that majesty commands, let this fairy queen not unattended be, wherein my glass she deigns herself to see.
While she recited, some of the classmates began to write.
Buenos dias.
Buenos
Yes.
dias.
Yes,
English, please!